Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here. Before we get into anything else, please make sure you're subscribed. I would love to have you. This video has been something that I have been needing to do for a very long time, and I have been definitely putting it off because I knew it was going to be a lot of work, but it was definitely worth it. So we are going through all of these places where it doesn't make sense or things are broken, like this Lazy Susan, and things that are out of place. I don't know why they're there, but they are there and I need to move them. So we're going through all of this stuff, and I'm getting rid of anything that I don't use or I don't need in the like kitchen utensil type of stuff. So alright, let's hop into it.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in long conversations. Cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me all wrong. I was so mistaken, cause you glue all the pieces back together.
Well, I'm definitely not one that struggles with getting rid of stuff. In fact, it's quite the opposite. I'll probably get rid of something and then, 6 months down the line be like, I probably shouldn't have gotten rid of that. But it's nothing that I can't live without. You know what I mean? I remember the one thing I got rid of in my kitchen the one time that I remember being like, I could use that now, was a garlic mincer. And I only minced my own garlic because I was getting, like the HelloFresh meals and stuff like that. But I wasn't going to continue getting them the rest of my life, so I definitely didn't need it. I just buy, the jar of minced garlic at the grocery store anyway, so it's nothing that I couldn't live without. It's not terribly hard to hand mince garlic anyway, so. But yeah, I wanted to suggest something for those of you who don't like getting rid of stuff or aren't comfortable getting rid of stuff because you never know, what you're using or whatever. If you've heard of the method for getting rid of clothes where you turn your hangers backwards, and anything at the end of whatever the year, 6 months, whatever you decide, whatever's turned the correct way you're keeping, and whatever's still turned the incorrect way you get rid of, obviously, because you haven't worn it. So I was considering, I didn't do it because I felt that I knew what I was actually using in my kitchen and I felt confident enough to not have to do this. But you could go through and put little stickers on certain things that you're not 100% sure you're using. Like those little stickers that you use for yard sales, you know what I'm talking about? I would suggest trying to use those and put them on the bottom of stuff or, whatever. And if you're using it, take that sticker off so that way you know that you used it, within 6 months or a year, whatever you decide on. That would be what I would suggest for those of you who aren't sure, what you're using in your kitchen.
Show me what it's like to be circling among the clouds. Because without you by my side, I would be stuck here on the ground. You're lighting up the way, I can see the road ahead of me. I won't be stumbling in the dark. Your eyes are shining like the stars. I was down until you saved me, until you set me free. My eyes were closed, now I see clear as day. And I just wanted to say that you can take me high. Feels like I can fly.
I am so excited that I did this. So I got rid of all of my plates that I normally would use, and I switched them out for my quote-unquote fancy dinnerware. I registered for this when I, got married, and it was just for special occasions or, if I really wanted to do a fancy dinner or whatever. But they just sat up there and they got dusty. I didn't use them, you know, it was just taking up space. So I got rid of our normal, just white, you know, plates that we were normally using. And I'm now going to be using our quote unquote fancy dinnerware as a, you know, our daily use dinnerware. Because there's no reason, I don't see a reason for me to need, you know, fancy dinnerware, especially when we have big gatherings here or Thanksgiving here or whatever. We're probably gonna use paper anyway, so I'm gonna just use my fancy china and free up some space.
Don't know what I'd do without you. Without you. You can take me high. Feels like I can fly. You can take me high. Feels like I can fly. You can take me high. Got a dopamine rush, got a major league crush when you're next to me. Got my heart upon my sleeve, can I hide the way I feel when you're next to me, girl? Got the kick in every move and I fought it's like a fool for you, for you. Wish I knew just what it was.
One of the things that I've been trying to work on when I reorganize something or I'm looking at, you know, getting rid of something because I don't like the way it looks or whatever, I'm really trying to not focus on the aesthetics when I organize because that can really mess up the way you're organizing. Because the way I organized this kitchen originally was very aesthetic. You know, I was trying to keep it looking nice, and, you know, it didn't really matter if the stuff that I was using more often was on top. You know, I was making it harder for myself. And now I realize that it doesn't matter what the inside of your cabinets look like. It really doesn't. You know, who's really coming to your house, opening your cabinets and judging you? I've never met anybody that has done that. So I am trying not to worry about the aesthetics when I organize anymore. I know originally I put all my blender bottles on the very top shelf, and I did that because I didn't like the way they looked on the bottom shelf, which would have made more sense because I use them every day, almost twice a day sometimes, you know, depending on what I'm doing. So it makes more sense for them to be on the bottom so that way I can reach them the easiest versus me getting out a step stool every time I want to try to get them off of the top shelf. So those are things that I've tried to work on in myself to try to make it easier for myself when I'm organizing, so that way everything stays nice looking. You're gonna be more likely to put it back if it's somewhere where you can reach. So So originally, and the reason that those protein powders were sitting out on the counter was I thought that I was going to be able to put them in the cupboards. I should have checked these before I just planned on doing that, but I want to circle back to the whole thing about being convenient and, where it makes the most sense for you. Because these containers, I originally moved over to where the glasses were, which is on the other side of the kitchen, which is definitely not where I, put leftovers away or meal prep or anything like that. So why would I try to put them on the other side of the kitchen? Just because I felt like they looked better over there. This is it looks cluttered. It really does. Looking at it while I'm editing this, it looks cluttered, but it makes so much more sense and it's so much more convenient and I'm so much more likely to put away things now correctly. But these are the before and afters, and I'm happy. Like I said, it is not the most aesthetically pleasing thing in the world. It's not Pinterest worthy. It's really not. But it makes sense for my kitchen. It makes sense for me. It makes sense for the way I cook, the way I grab things in my kitchen. So that is what I was going for. I wanted to clear out all of the things that I wasn't using, or at least not using as much. If I'm not using it at least once every 3 months, I'm getting rid of it. I don't need it. So yeah, I hope this video helped you. I hope you have some exciting organizing plans of your own. Leave a comment letting me know what you're doing today, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
It didn't feel like